Hey everyone, welcome back. Quick question before we start. Has this ever happened to you? Someone asks you, so, tell me about your friends, and you freeze. You know the words nice and good, but that's it. Your brain just goes blank.
Oh my gosh, James, that is literally me. I remember years ago when I was still learning a new language, someone asked me about my best friend, and all I said was, she's nice, very nice. And then there was just this awkward silence.
That's exactly it. You want to say so much more. You want to say, she's hilarious, or he's the most loyal person I know, but those words just don't come out in time.
And honestly, talking about friends is such a normal, everyday topic. It comes up all the time at work, on a date, meeting new people at a party. Someone always asks, so, do you have a lot of friends here? Or tell me about your best friend.
Exactly. And that's why today is such a fun one. Welcome to Day 8 of our Speak English Fluently in 10 Days series. I'm James.
And I'm Jenny, and today we're going to help you talk about your friends with confidence, how you met them, what they're like, why you love them, all of it.
By the end of this episode, you're not going to freeze anymore. You're going to have real phrases ready to use the next time someone asks you about the people in your life.
I'm so excited for this one, actually, because talking about friends is it's personal, it's warm, and it's something everyone can relate to, no matter where you're from.
Totally agree. Okay, let's jump right in. Jenny, let's start simple. If someone asked you right now, do you have a best friend? What would you actually say?
Good question. I'd probably say, yeah, I have a really close friend. Her name is Anna, and we've known each other for almost 10 years.
Okay, I love that phrase, we've known each other for 10 years. That's such a natural way to talk about how long you've been friends with someone.
Right, and you can change the number, obviously. We've known each other for 5 years. We've known each other since college. It's very flexible.
That's such a good tip, actually, because a lot of beginners just say, I know her 10 years, and it sounds a little off, but we've known each other for 10 years. That sounds so natural.
Exactly, and here's another one people mix up. Some people say since 10 years, but in English we say for 10 years. Since is used with a specific point in time, like since 2015 or since college. For is used with a length of time, like for 10 years or for a long time.
Oh, that's a great distinction. So it's since college, but for 10 years. Got it.
Exactly, you nailed it.
Okay, now here's a question for you, Jenny. How did you and Anna actually meet? Because that's usually the next thing people ask, right? Oh, how did you two meet?
Yes, that question comes up constantly. So we actually met at university. We were in the same class and we just clicked right away.
Oh, I love that phrase. We clicked. That means you connected really fast, almost naturally, right?
Exactly. We clicked means you got along instantly, like there was this easy connection from the very beginning. It's such a nice, casual way to describe that feeling.
That's such a good one to remember. So if someone asks, how did you meet your best friend? You could say, we met at work, or we met through a mutual friend, and then we just clicked.
Yes, and a mutual friend is another really useful phrase. It means a friend that both of you know, like we met through a mutual friend, meaning someone introduced you.
Oh, that's perfect, actually, because that happens to me all the time. I met Mike through a mutual friend. Someone we both already knew introduced us at a party.
See, that's a great real example. Can you tell me more about Mike? What's he like?
Sure. Mike is, honestly, he's one of the funniest people I know. He always makes me laugh, even when I'm having a bad day. He's also really down to earth, Very humble, very easy to talk to.
Wait, I love down to earth. Can you explain that one a little more for our listeners?
Of course. Down to earth means someone who is simple, humble, and realistic, not fake, not showing off. It's a really nice compliment. You could say, she's very down to earth, meaning she's friendly and doesn't act better than other people.
That's such a useful word. I feel like every culture has that kind of person, someone who's successful but still stays humble and kind.
Exactly. And in English, that's the perfect word for it, down to earth. Okay, so we have a few phrases already. We've known each other for, we met at, we clicked, a mutual friend, down to earth. These are all fantastic. Let's build on this a little more.
Yes, let's talk about personality words now, because that's usually the heart of describing a friend, right? People want to know what your friend is actually like as a person.
Definitely. So let's do a little game. I'll describe a type of friend, and you guess the word, James.
Ooh, I like this. Okay, go for it.
All right. This friend always tells the truth even when it's hard to hear. You can always trust what they say. Honest?
Yes, exactly. Honest. Great job.
Okay, my turn. This friend is always there for you when you need help no matter what. They support you through everything.
Oh, that's supportive, right?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, one more from me. This friend never talks behind your back, never lies to you, and always keeps their promises.
That sounds like loyal to me.
Exactly. Loyal. That's such an important word. In fact, I think loyalty is one of the most valued things in any friendship, in any culture.
Totally agree. Okay, my turn again. This friend loves being around people, talking to strangers, going to parties. They get energy from being social.
That's outgoing, right? Or you could also say sociable.
Yes, both work perfectly. Outgoing and sociable. Great synonyms.
This is such a fun way to learn vocabulary, honestly. It sticks so much better than just memorizing a list.
I completely agree. Okay, let's do the opposite now. What if your friend is quiet, prefers small groups, and doesn't like big parties?
We'd say they're introverted, or you could say shy, though shy usually means a little nervous around new people, while introverted just means they prefer quiet time alone or with a few close friends. It's not necessarily about being nervous.
Oh, that's such an important difference. So shy is more about nervousness, and introverted is more about personal preference and energy.
Exactly. You explained that so well.
Thanks. I learned that from a mistake I made years ago, actually. I called someone shy when really they were just introverted and needed quiet time, and they gently corrected me. It stuck with me ever since.
Oh, wow, that's such a good lesson. Little moments like that really do help us remember words forever.
They really do. Okay, let's keep going. What other personality words do you think are important for describing friends?
I think caring is a big one. Like, she's very caring, meaning she really pays attention to how you feel and takes care of you.
Yes, and kind is similar, but more general, being nice and good to people.
Right, and generous is another good one. That means someone who likes to give their time, their money, their help.
Oh, I have a friend like that. My friend Sarah is incredibly generous. If I ever need help moving or need advice, or even just need someone to talk to at midnight, she's there.
Wait, that happened to you? You called her at midnight?
More than once, honestly, and she never complains. That's what makes her such a good friend.
That's so sweet. Okay, now here's a great question for you, James. What do you and Sarah usually do together? Like, how do you spend time with her?
Good question. We usually just hang out at a coffee shop and catch up on life.
Oh, hang out and catch up. Those are two super common phrases. Can you explain them a little?
Sure. Hang out simply means to spend casual time together, doing something relaxed. No big plans, just enjoying each other's company. And catch up means to talk about what's been happening in each other's lives recently, especially if you haven't seen each other in a while.
That's perfect. So you could say, we hung out last weekend, or we grabbed coffee and caught up.
Exactly. Oh, and grab coffee is another great one. It just means to casually get coffee together. Let's grab coffee sometime is a really common friendly invitation.
I say that all the time. Let's grab coffee, or let's grab lunch. It's so natural in everyday English.
It really is. Okay, Jenny, your turn. What do you and Anna usually do together?
We love going for walks and just talking about everything. Work, family, dreams, random things. Sometimes we'll binge watch a TV show together too.
Oh, binge watch. That's such a fun modern phrase. That means watching many episodes of a show one after another, right?
Exactly, yes. Like we binge watched the whole season in one weekend. It's become such a normal part of everyday English now, especially with streaming shows being so popular.
I love that. Okay, let's put all of this together now. Let's actually act out a real conversation like it's happening in real life. Ready?
I love this part. Okay, let's do it. I'll start. Hey, James, I don't think you've met my friend Laura yet, have you?
No, I haven't. Tell me about her. How did you two meet?
We met at work, actually, a few years ago. We were on the same team, and we just clicked right away.
Oh, nice. So you've known each other for a while then.
Yeah, we've known each other for about 4 years now. She's honestly one of the most supportive people I know.
Really? In what way?
Well, whenever I'm going through something difficult, she's always the first person to check in on me. She's also super honest, which I really appreciate. She'll tell me the truth, even if it's not what I want to hear.
That's such a valuable quality in a friend. Is she outgoing or more on the quiet side?
Definitely outgoing. She loves meeting new people, and she's always the one organizing get-togethers with our friend group.
That's awesome. What do you two usually do together?
We usually grab dinner or go for a walk in the park. Sometimes we catch up over the phone if we can't meet in person that week.
That sounds like such a great friendship. I'd love to meet her sometime.
Definitely. I'll introduce you next time we hang out.
See, that felt so real. That's exactly how a real conversation about friends flows in English.
Right? And did you notice how many of our phrases fit naturally into it? We met at, we clicked, we've known each other for, supportive, honest, outgoing, hang out, catch up, grab dinner, all in one natural conversation.
That's the goal, right? Not memorizing a list, but actually using the words the way real people do.
Exactly. You explained this so well, James. I feel like our listeners are going to feel so much more confident after this.
I hope so. Okay, let's go a little deeper now. What about when you want to introduce your friend to someone new, like in that little scene we just did?
Oh, yes, that's such a useful skill. You could say, I'd like you to meet my friend Laura. Or more casually, this is my friend Laura.
And if it's your best friend specifically, you might say, this is my best friend Laura. Or even, this is my closest friend.
Right, and if you've known someone since you were a kid, you could say, this is my childhood friend, which is such a warm phrase. It shows a really long, deep history.
I love childhood friend. I have one myself. His name is Daniel, and we've known each other since we were 6.
Wow, since you were 6, that's incredible. So you'd say, we go way back, right?
Yes, we go way back is such a great phrase. It means you've known each other for a very long time, usually since you were young.
I love that expression so much. It just sounds so warm and nostalgic.
It really does. Okay, let's talk about another common situation. What if you want to ask someone else about their friends? Because it's not just about talking about your own friends, it's also about asking good questions.
Great point. So some natural questions would be, do you have a lot of friends here? Or what's your best friend like? Or how did you two meet?
Yes, and here's a fun one. Are you two close? That's a simple, casual way to ask if two people have a strong friendship.
Oh, I like that. So if I said, are you and your sister close? It means, do you have a strong, warm relationship?
Exactly. And you could answer, yeah, we're really close. Or, we're not that close, actually. We don't talk much.
That's so useful. Okay, let's practice asking questions now. James, ask me something about my friends.
Okay. Jenny, what's your best friend like?
She's incredibly funny, very loyal, and always knows how to make me laugh, even during hard times.
That's so sweet. And how did you two meet?
We met in university, actually, in our first year. Actually, in the dormitory, we were roommates.
Oh, that's such a classic way to make a lifelong friend. Roommates who become best friends, that happens so often.
It really does. Okay, now let me ask you one. James, are you and Mike close?
Yeah, we're really close. We talk almost every day, actually, even though we live in different cities now.
That's amazing. Long-distance friendships are hard to maintain, but it sounds like you two do a great job.
We really try. We usually do a video call once a week just to catch up.
See, catch up again. It really is one of those phrases that comes up constantly when talking about friendships.
It really is a golden phrase for this topic. Okay, let's talk about one more area now. What happens when a friendship changes or maybe fades a little? Because that's real too, right? Not every friendship stays exactly the same forever.
That's such an important point, actually. So if you've grown apart from a friend, in English we say exactly that. We've grown apart.
Oh, that's such a gentle, honest way to say it. It doesn't sound negative. It just sounds natural, like life happened.
Exactly. It usually just means you don't see each other as much anymore, or your lives went in different directions. Like, we used to be really close, but we've grown apart over the years.
That's such a real human phrase. I think everyone has experienced that at some point.
Definitely. And on the flip side, if you're trying to reconnect with an old friend, you might say, we fell out of touch, but we recently reconnected.
Oh, fell out of touch is great too. That means you stopped talking or seeing each other for a while.
Right, and reconnected means you started talking again after that gap. It's such a nice, hopeful word.
I love that. It shows that friendships can come back even after time apart.
Exactly. Okay, should we do one more little role play before we wrap up? I think it'll really help everything stick.
Yes, let's do it. Let's imagine we're catching up after a long time apart.
Okay, I'll start. James, oh my gosh, it's been so long. How have you been?
I know, it's been way too long. I'm doing great, actually. How about you? What have you been up to?
I've been good. Work's been busy, but I can't complain. Hey, do you still talk to Daniel, your childhood friend?
Yeah, actually. We go way back, remember? We're still really close. We talk almost every week.
That's so nice. I actually fell out of touch with my old roommate from university, but we reconnected last year, and it's like no time passed at all.
Oh, that's amazing. Isn't it funny how some friendships just pick right back up like that?
It really is. It's like with the right people, time doesn't really matter.
That's so true. Okay, that was such a great practice conversation. Did everyone catch all those phrases? It's been so long. How have you been? What have you been up to? We go way back. Fell out of touch. Reconnected.
So many great phrases in that short conversation. I really think our listeners are going to feel so much more prepared now.
I think so too. Okay, Jenny, should we start wrapping up? I feel like we covered so much today.
We really did. Let's do a quick, casual recap for everyone, just to make sure it all sticks.
Perfect. So, when it comes to how long you've known someone, remember, we've known each other for 10 years and we've been friends since college.
And for how you met, you can say, we met at work, we met through a mutual friend, or my personal favorite, we just clicked.
Then, for describing personality, we've got so many good ones. Honest, loyal, supportive, outgoing, caring, generous, down to earth.
And don't forget the opposite side too. Introverted, quiet, more reserved. All natural, all useful.
For spending time together, remember hang out, catch up, grab coffee, and binge watch.
And for close friendships, we have we're really close, childhood friend, and that lovely phrase, we go way back.
And finally, for when things change, we've grown apart, we fell out of touch, and we reconnected.
Wow, when you list it out like that, it really shows how much ground we covered today.
It really does. And the best part is, all of it fits into real, natural conversations, exactly like the ones we practiced.
Exactly. So the next time someone asks you, tell me about your friends, you're going to have so much more to say than just, she's nice.
No more freezing up. You've got real words now, real phrases, real confidence.
Okay, now is time for our favorite part, the question of the day.
Yes. So here's our question for you, our lovely listeners. Tell us about your best friend in the comments. How did you two meet? And what's one word you'd use to describe them?
I'm so curious to read your answers. Are they outgoing, loyal, funny, down to earth? Tell us everything.
And if you're feeling brave, try using one of today's phrases in your comment, like, we go way back or we just clicked.
I love that idea. It's such a great way to actually practice what you learned today right there in the comments.
Exactly. Okay, before we go, if you're enjoying this Speak English Fluently in 10 Days series, please share this video with a friend who's learning English too. It genuinely helps us so much, and it might help them feel more confident too.
Yes, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Learning Lab if you haven't already. We've got 2 more days left in this series, and they're going to be so good.
We really appreciate every single one of you who's been following along with us. This journey wouldn't be the same without you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. You're doing amazing, and every single day you're getting closer to speaking English fluently and confidently.
We believe in you. Keep practicing, keep talking, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 9.
Bye, everyone. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.